as a couple जिन्होंने same discussions अपने life अपने career को लेकर के किए हैं कि बाहर जाना है कि नहीं जाना है.
Trust is on so many levels.
Yeah.
Trust is on if I say something which doesn't sit well with your partner, the partner is not going to judge me.
I was just about to say, they are not your traditional couple.
Yes. If you haven't been living under the rocks, you already know that Permanent Roommates is back with season 3. Super excited, guys. How are you guys feeling?
Good. Very, very excited. Very happy that we were able to make another season, and happy that people are also reacting well to it. They still remember it and they love it as much as we thought. That's the memory we have of it.
And Shreyansh, tell me, did you kind of feel any kind of pressure because you're directing it also? Given the success of the first 2 seasons, what were your, how nervous were you on set?
Of course, I was very nervous on set because I was directing for the first time.
Yeah.
And then you are thrown with the first web show of India. ऐसा भी नहीं है कि हाँ चलो कुछ fresh है और expectation नहीं है. बहुत सारी expectation, इतने सारे experienced आर्टिस्ट एक्टर्स, तो कई बार तो मैं बहुत नम भी हो जाता था कि अच्छा सब कुछ हो ही रहा है, मैं मतलब क्या करूँ और. बट देन द गुड थिंग वाज दैट we were always on the same page with the script, and on sets it was beautiful to see all of it come alive. So it was a great experience. Pressure अभी भी है, pressure अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ है. I think 18 तारीख को जब आएगा और ऑडियंस देख करके कुछ रिएक्शंस आने चालू होंगे, तब शायद थोड़ा प्रेशर बढ़ सकता है, कम भी हो सकता है.
Just tell me, why did you guys pick this topic? Is it because the youth is kind of now eyeing international work or at least studies? What was the idea behind it?
I think ऐसा कुछ रिसर्च या डेटा से नहीं आया था. Of course, there are personal experiences wherein this topic came up and I happened to discuss it with my wife, and then slowly when you start talking about it you realize कि यार आपके चारों तरफ बहुत सारे लोग हैं as a couple जिन्होंने same discussions अपने life अपने career को लेकर के किए हैं कि बाहर जाना है कि नहीं जाना है, अगर पेरेंट्स यहाँ पर हैं तो कैसे बाहर सेटल होने का सोच सकते हैं. So मुझे लगता है हर एक स्टोरी की शुरुआत कहीं ना कहीं किसी एक पर्सनल जर्म से होती है, एंड देन व्हेन यू लुक अराउंड यू स्टार्ट लुकिंग फॉर द प्रूफ ऑफ वैलिडेशन, एंड दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच हैज हैपेंड विद अ लॉट ऑफ people, like Sumit was saying that especially people who have been living in metros. मुझे लगता है कि हम एक उस जनरेशन से आते हैं जो 2 tier शहरों से एक बड़े शहर में शिफ्ट हुए, और एक सर्टेन टाइम अब जब बिता लेते हो, आई डोंट नो, कुछ लोगों के लिए शायद वो 5 साल होते हैं, कुछ लोगों के लिए 10 साल होते हैं, तो ऑटोमेटिकली आप सोचने लगते हो कि अच्छा अब और कहाँ जाना है. आई थिंक वी आर नॉट द जनरेशन जो एक जगह से दूसरी जगह आए और शायद फिर वहीं जिंदगी बिता दे. और वही जनरेशन शायद मिकेश और तान्या भी उसी जनरेशन से आते हैं कि जिस तरीके से 2014 में उनको एक घर ढूंढते हुए आपने देखा, तो शायद वो उसी जनरेशन की बात है कि देन they are the couple who have lived, let's say, in one city for some amount of time, and then you start thinking कि शायद अपने आसपास की सराउंडिंग चेंज करने पे आपके अंदर भी एक चेंज आएगा, एक आपका रिलेशनशिप दूसरे लेवल पर जाएगा, मतलब नेक्स्ट लेवल पर जाएगा. तो मुझे लगता है कि वहाँ उसी तरीके से धीरे धीरे उस कॉन्सेप्ट में और बिलीफ आने लगा, और जैसे जैसे फिर और लोगों के साथ शेयर करते गए तो लगा कि हाँ यार ये पोटेंट कहानी है जो हमें बतानी चाहिए.
And Mikesh and Tanya have kind of broken a lot of relationship stereotypes.
I was just about to say, they are not your traditional couple.
Yes.
They will always, you will have to get used to the exceptional when it comes to Mikesh and Tanya, because...
But tell me, for both of you, while playing this part, anything that you learned about relationships, or at least yourself, and how to be in a relationship through these characters?
I mean, there's definitely trust. And when you say trust, trust is not just about infidelity and that genre of trust. Trust is on so many levels. Trust is on if I say something which doesn't sit well with your partner, the partner is not going to judge me. and vice versa. Or if I decide something, or if I, so trust works on a lot of levels. About your partner's parents, my parents, your family, your friends, your plans for the day, and plans for life.
Yeah.
And if you're able to share anything that comes into your mind with your partner without the fear of how it will be received, that's something that needs, that's a lesson that everyone can only learn, and it only happens with time, I guess. It's not just, it's not something, it's easier said than done.
Yeah, you should be able to speak your mind or
Yeah.
heart. And how the other person, even if they disagree with it 100%, but there's a way with which you can have that conversation. And I think that happens many a times in PR, many a times. And even if there are like fights, you still like see each other. You agree to disagree, kind of a thing.
Like it's easier to, like they might say inappropriate things when they're not fighting. But when they are fighting, they're very sensitive about how they're putting their point across.
Right.
And that's the sign of,
A healthy
affection and a
relationship.
healthy relationship.
Absolutely.
Also, by the way, spoiler. They're not married still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Oh.
still
They're a couple.
living together. But there is everything that the other one does, it holds that much gravity in the other person's
Other's
life.
life.
It does affect.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can be very like chill about it and be like, okay, whatever.
True.
You can do that because
Yes.
that's a very new thing. But you can see through their affection and actually sometimes also anger that it matters that much.
Yeah.
I want you to be on board. It matters that much. So.
Yeah.
Well, everyone is going gaga over OTT right now. When you guys launched, it was the first web show. What was your reaction and what was the reaction around you? Did people say that you guys are crazy to be doing this?
No, I don't think we were that popular. I wasn't that popular that people went, like, what are you doing? Like, wasn't like, so it was a great opportunity for us as well. Having said that, we didn't, I think in that I can speak for both of us. We were, actors wanting to do something exciting and not something run of the mill.
Yeah.
So we were
Sumeet, I
both,
was not even an actor till then. Like I had done one.
What?
Oh, you would know that. I was like
You were in the
fangirling
popular-
over it. Like, I was like, oh my god, Sumeet Vyas. Like, no, it's okay. You were meeting a fan.
Yeah.
No, really, that is. You remember?
Yeah, but I think.
Or have you deleted it?
No, I don't think that was
It
the
was so unpleasant. I had
You were one
deleted
of-
No, it wasn't unpleasant.
You were one of the first female faces to go viral over internet.
Yeah.
One of the Delhi girl versus Delhi girl.
But that was not like an acting gig. It just
Yeah.
happened. Like it was just a fun sketch
Yeah.
we did. And I was still, I was doing theatre a little bit, but I was still like, writing treatment notes and all to like pay my bills. I was not an actor. And my reaction to my parents, my family's reaction to most things was like, yeah, you can do this in your living room, being funny and whatever. It was only when Permanent came out when they were like, oh, you can
This is
act.
permanent.
You can act.
You can act.
with a lot of shock.
Yeah.
But tell me about the time when you were shooting, like anything crazy, be it the production cost wasn't much, I'm sure that time, like anything crazy from the
Negligible.
first.
We've
just
changed
say-
we've changed in the cars that have taken us to the location. We've changed in the car.
Yeah.
There are scenes in which our mics are showing. People have still not pointed it out.
Yeah.
And it's still So I
Yeah.
think weird things have happened in the show.
But see, the intent was not to make money or anything. That spirit is something that we still try to conserve.
Yeah.
That spirit of coming together of a few people and trying to tell a story and tell it our way is what we still try to conserve. And I can say this for TVF and Aruna mostly because he's managed to keep it together with all the people who've joined in over the years. That's the spirit that with which you have to tell stories. You know, you have to be excited about it.
And lastly, tell me, all three of you individually, because I was just discussing this yesterday with a friend, that how when you are younger, we are more fearless because you do not know the risk involved. So when it comes to season 1, of course, you guys were all out doing things and without any fear. But what has been that one thing that you've been cautious about, Permanent Roommates 3? Is there something that you're cautious about?
Yeah, I mean, like we all discussed that. Let's just do it when we all agree that this is the right one to do it. Let's not do it for the heck of it.
Okay.
Because then it won't have. And it's also something that's so dear to us. It has been such a monumental event in our lives.
Yeah.
You know, I could say that a little bit about TVF, and for actors and directors, definitely. You know, it changed a lot of things for us. So let's not spoil it if we can't make it better or वो नहीं करते हैं. So I think everyone shared the same feeling for that.
Did you feel, Nidhi, that things were a little cautious this time?
See, from if you're comparing it to the first season, I'm very personal. I do not enjoy promoting, but I'm sitting here and being all nice, and I've done my hair, put on nice clothes. So I think that's something, and I happily do it. I'm very, very honored that I have this responsibility.
Yeah.
But I'm also very aware that this is my responsibility, and I have to do it. Given a choice, I would be doing something completely different. So yeah, I think that has changed massively. Happily, very grateful I get to do this. But yeah, I'm being honest, I don't enjoy it.
I think for us it was very clear that this is something which is too sacred to you know, just faff around, keh rahe chalo bana dete hain, aise nahi karte hain. And then there are already 2 seasons. There are so many things about the characters, about the story which people like and which works.
Yeah.
So it was very clear that let's not reinvent those. You know. So clearly मुझे लगता है कि ऐसा नहीं था कि don'ts बहुत ज़्यादा थे, but हाँ कुछ थे जो in a way help ही करते हैं आपको जब आप एक नया सीजन बनाने जा रहे हो.